Session 697, Deleted Portion. Now, I have several remarks, and before I get to Robert, I have a few for you, Joseph. There is no division in your activities daily. Rob noted, read a discussion Jen and I had today. They said what you do is all an expression of yourself and its various aspects. If you do not make artificial divisions, but see the day as your own, and know your intents, then you will find that while doing dialogues, for example, ideas for paintings will come, and that while thinking of Larry's sketches, you will also find future paintings coming to mind. Your ideas have been limiting in that respect. You take it for granted that unless you husband your time and divide it, what you want done will not be done in time, and so you inhibit creative ideas by your attitude. You say, consciously, I cannot get painting ideas now because I am working on thus and so in these hours, and so inhibit paintings. With a freer attitude, you see, the paintings would come through. Practically speaking, now, that freedom would quicken your other activities, so that Larry's work would be his and yours more truly and be speedily accomplished. Do you follow me? Ross said, yes. They said, you are setting the limitations on your freedom through your ideas, and this to some extent has to do with old ideas you thought you had grown out of about deadlines. Once aware of this, you can readily alter your attitudes. Now, give us a moment. Robert's body to some extent has tranquilized itself. He is following his inclinations. There is a change in chemicals and hormones, so that he is for now mentally cushioned and relatively unconcerned about events. This allows the body to move and relax more, and provides a natural tranquilizing effect. The physical improvements are greater in this past week than you realize. Some, of course, are not apparent yet in your terms, but this time the whole body structure is involved. Now, ideally the body could at once heal itself, so that in the next moment he walked with perfect ease. Practically speaking, however, muscles suddenly released from tension need first to simply relax and gain strength and resiliency. Practically, this is being done. There are infants he is following periods of muscular release, in which first he feels somewhat lethargic. These are followed, as over the weekend, by periods in which he feels like physical activity and begins to strengthen the muscles. The inner dream communications are important practically, biologically, and symbolically. They represent the fact that he now trusts himself. The joyful and optimistic experiences, however, also bring about biological changes and serve as imprints, patterns for future physical improvement. The dreams restate on other levels his conscious decision to be flexible. Give us a moment. Deposits are being broken down, and the blood rids the body of those. The sleeping periods have become times of accelerated healing. Tell him again not to be impatient, and this applies to you also. His natural inclinations followed. Allow for exercise when it is needed, and rest when it is needed, so that the natural resiliency of the muscles can be expressed without strain. This outer pattern itself follows inner patterns of release and inner realizations. There is much I can say now that could not be said before. For tonight, however, this is enough. A few other remarks after a break. Now, briefly, for tonight, the business area will be cleared. You have not used areas open to you in that regard. Robert can now use such information because of his trust, which has grown. The material you receive will be as trustworthy as our other material, and that is all I will say about that subject this evening. My heartiest regards and a fond good evening. Rod said the same to you, Seth. Good night.